What's up guys, welcome to another episode of Slay the Princess. We left off last time where I lost count of how many times our character tried to kill her, but we're still yet to kill her. Without further ado, let's jump back into the game. So I saved it last time and I've just realised it's kind of cut off what was said before, but I've noticed there's history here, so obviously we died and then it cuts to chapter 4 which we're on. So I believe that's literally all we just missed, the narrator saying that you're an A and that's it. Just thought I'd catch you guys back up because it was a bit like what? Anyway, don't lose your head, we're in a cabin and we'll take it from here. It doesn't really look like a cabin, no. It looks more like a cave with like a gaping mouth and teeth and stuff.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
He makes a valid point because last time we just kept reappearing and fighting her, and now we're not there. So that's very interesting.
Ho-ho! What if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body. That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Yeah, they're definitely broken. Hence the voice of the broken.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
I said it last time, but I absolutely love the voice acting for this. It really is shown. The smitten and broken it is really portrayed so well through the voices.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
I don't think so. I think we're just going to die. Our playthrough is just us going to die, I think. I believe there are 6 endings, which I mentioned last time I wasn't quite sure how I was going to do this, and basically with this run I'm just going to do it as a run, and then with the next episodes I'm literally just going to do it for each of the endings, if that makes sense. It'll be one video for each of the different endings. That's what I plan to do.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here?
Yeah.
This isn't good. How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them.
There is definitely too many voices to keep up with.
Leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that winning.
We're not exactly pros since we keep frickin' dying.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Alright, Hunger Games.
We are not star-crossed lovers.
Fine by me. We walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only it's more of a slide. We know.
Yeah,
Fine.
we would slid
I'll just
down there
shut
last
up
time.
then and speed this whole thing along.
Thank you.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
I don't feel we need a narrator anymore.
Don't care. Just want to win.
Don't care. Oh,
Fine.
she's back
You
there.
make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
It doesn't look like a basement. It looks like we just entered a cave.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Okay.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Oh, go on then.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
It's not more like knives coming out of your wrists, is it?
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
I like this.
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
I'm curious now if the narrator's going to kind of maybe lie about it.
Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists,
Right.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
It's like a new frickin' Pokemon.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Yeah, remember I said we're gonna die? I mean, once we get the opening to her chest quite easily, we're gonna frickin'
Are
die.
you ready for what comes next?
No.
Holy shit! She's
What?
gorgeous.
What?
Absolutely divine.
What?
Yes, behold, the perfect woman.
What?
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
There is no
That
window.
looked painful.
It did.
How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
Just go for the heart.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
I know how you feel.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
This
Yeah, empty your mind. What? Yeah, that's quite
So
interesting.
Quiet.
And now we're back into the original room. Get rid of him. Bye. What?
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like
Focusing,
I
I
should actually
imagine.
take this seriously for once.
I think he's focusing. You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Oh, thank you. Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. Very poetic. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. Very nice wording. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening to her freaking heart. Stab her! Stab her! Your blade strikes free of volition, and her strikes too. Yes! In the master yourself and vanquish a sharp foe. Both strikes are lethal, neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good... Did I literally? Could I have just finished the playthrough in the previous episode? Could I have literally done that? You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place. Oh, we actually get to see the frickin'... Do we see us? Do we see how atrocious we look? You do so. Yes, please, I want to see me. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Obviously. It's... what am I? Like, I can see... I'm like a Gollum thing. It's like Gollum and something from Sons of the Forest had a frickin' baby. If that's seriously the ending, I'm going to be so annoyed I didn't carry on from the previous episode. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here, so this is death. Proceed to the again? I can't see the frickin' cabin. Now that reminds me of the Wicker Man. You are at the cabin. Approach her. What's it for the
Something
arms?
finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. I want to know about what they mean about the gift of this fragile vessel thing. I'm guessing it's obviously about her body and how, you know, in all honesty, our bodies are quite weak and fragile, and, you know, the whole protect your temple of a body or whatever it is. I'm guessing it's something along them that I don't know.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own.
I didn't understand that. That felt really
This one is
pointless.
sharp and single-minded.
Okay, no,
She is
good.
cruelty, but she is also joy.
Is she?
She will make for an indomitable heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Okay then, I won't be sad for her. What, I want to know what are
I
you?
am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Dead, apparently. Socialize, what do you mean? What do you think I am? I don't know what I am. I'm a person. I really want to know what they mean by that, and I think if I answer any of these, I can't come back to that, so I want to know what it means.
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
I mean, I thought I was a person, so I'm gonna go with I'm a person, I
A
guess.
person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Okay.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
I'm gonna go for this one.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
So is this what in theory would be released if we hadn't killed her? Is this what would have caused the end of the world? I'm gonna go with is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Good point, I guess. I'm gonna go with the do we know each other.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Okay. I'm not gonna say let her out. I might ask, let's go for that one quickly.
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Okay, but were you always a princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself? I'm gonna go with that one.
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
I'm gonna go with the what happens now.
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget? How many more pieces of you do I have to find? And what if I don't let you do this to me? I was sent to say the princess to stop from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do? I'm going to go with that one.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being somatic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling.
Okay, we're not going to
and
get anywhere with this. Okay, how many? I'm going to go with that one.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
What?
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay, I'll go for the how much will I forget?
Everything.
Oh, okay, until we meet
again.
I'm guessing this is a way so this will be an ending, I imagine, and then you kind of just restart the game. And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now.
Okay, we've got no choice in this.
Dry, hollow.
Yes, okay, dear. I'm not going back and wait. I'm gonna go with that one quickly, because that's the last explore option.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
But you said I'm not gonna remember anything.
You won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Back at the beginning, bring the razor full to her. Hang on, is this the
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Hang on, was that an end? I imagine so, because it now says chapter 1. So did we just get an end? So when I said I'm going to try and get each of the different endings, I'm not quite sure how this is going to work now, if we've now restarted the game, but the achievement that popped up was the real Slay the Princess begins now. So I don't know, I'm going to just continue, I guess.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Yeah, we literally got all the same options from before. I'm gonna see if I can just turn around and leave. Out of
Seriously?
interest.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope, but it doesn't matter. There you go, no.
Fine.
I didn't even look at the others.
You just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
It feels like going for this option. It feels like he has like something in the back of his mind that's telling him it's a bad idea. Obviously, I know it's a coincidence, but it just kind of feels right at the moment.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking
But that's
about.
me, isn't it?
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to go for that
Really
one.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you?
Yes.
It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me.
Thank you.
I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
But will they? I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me. Doing this, quietly continue down the path. I'm gonna go for that one.
Your silence is deafening.
Just out of interest.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
I'm getting back at the
Oh,
yeah,
would you
okay.
look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Of course. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine. Oh yeah, well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again, in fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out. I'm going to go for that one.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Okay.
And here we go.
Oh, you
As you
still
trudge into
frickin'
the
say
woods,
it.
something strange starts to happen.
What?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the
weird.
leaves. But as you
What?
focus on your surroundings, you start to realise that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Okay, we're going to have to go into one of these freaking cabins, aren't we?
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to
So
be.
these are going to be different outcomes or different kind of like, what's the word? You know, different universes, but I can't think of the actual word. You know, different parallel universes maybe.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Okay. Oh, chapter 2? Hang on, what? But you just said the world ended, and now we're on chapter 2.
You're on a path in the
What the
woods,
frick's all this?
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm going to go for the, but I died, the whole world ended, what am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead, and that the princess has yet to end the world, otherwise you wouldn't be here. And to answer your question, you're here to slay the princess.
I saw that
Literally
over
told you
there.
that a second ago. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Also, will I have another voice?
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what
him
we're
now.
thinking. He's like a captive audience.
A different voice from before.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Okay.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
Okay.
The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those wolves weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go. I'm going to go for that because I
What are you
spotted
talking
it.
about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it.
Really?
If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
No, that makes no sense. If I can't run away from the cabin, I'm just going to stay here in the woods stay in the woods forever. I'm so tempted. I'm going to go for
that's
that.
clever! A little boring, though.
Yeah, it probably
It's
is. a bit boring.
extremely boring.
It is.
Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing?
Let's find out.
No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something.
We could sit down, I guess.
Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever.
Or at least until the world ends.
Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me?
Oh, it's getting faint.
What is that weird feeling? It's like I'm barely even here anymore.
This is interesting.
Well, it's not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
So we've got the end of the world again. It's nice that you can do nothing in this game, if that makes sense, and you still have like consequences. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. Okay, so each of the playthroughs we get all of our memories, I guess. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse loud as something other comes close. Oh, that's shuddering. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Lots of hands! Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. No, I've got lots of hands. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers draw claws across the glass surface of your soul. That is so poetic. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Fucking hell. Return to your destined path or face a consequence. Okay, so we're back here again. So that
You're
was
on
another
a path
ending.
in the woods.
Yes.
And at the end of that path is
I
a
might
cabin.
start skipping some of this because we
And in
just
the
heard
basement
it
of that cabin
so many
is a
freaking
princess.
times.
You're here to
Yes, I know. I think this I'm just going to silently continue to the cabin.
You
Get
make your
there.
way up the short path.
Yes,
A warning.
yes.
She will-
Yes. We've done it before. Let's go in now.
The interior of the cabin is all the blade.
Yes. I'm tempted to not take the blade. Let's just enter the basement. We're not taking it. We're not taking it today, guys.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
She's different from before. It's different.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the
It's
rest of your
frickin'
life.
different.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm going to woo her. I'm going to continue down there. I'm not going to say anything.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
I can snap her neck. Is she going to look different out of interest?
You
No.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
So it feels like our character like is a bit more entranced by her this time, so I might try and go down that kind of route where he kind of likes her.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I'm going to go with that. I'm interested.
You're only making
happy
this
she is.
more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
She might not end the world though if we woo her.
You're making a huge mistake.
We'll
No.
find out.
You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope, not given to me, I'm afraid.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
I don't think so.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free. I'm going to go with the top one.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Look how hopeful she is.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Just cut your arm off.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
She does.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding in.
Who else is here?
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out. Try the door, and I'm going to go with the hey, let me out.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Okay, alright.
I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
So did the narrator do this? Also, am I just crawling up the stairs or something? Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
I'll have to go downstairs then, aren't I? Sorry,
You
love.
make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Oh, well.
Easier for whom?
Exactly.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I know. We've got some nice company, maybe.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Now you got me forever to keep you company.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
I mean, it did kind of cross my mind if she was that desperate to kind of cut it off, why hasn't she tried to eat it off? But, okay.
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
I'm not going
Or
to.
we could use it to free her.
And save her
You
arm.
won't like what happens if you do that.
We'll find out then, I guess, won't we? Save the princess.
Fine.
I'm interested. I'm very interested.
Against your better judgment,
Oh, it can't hurt.
you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her. to
Can
this
we kind of jimmy the lock rather than... I mean, I guess she's already started the job.
You cut into her flesh.
The juicy noise.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Right, she's got like quite little wrists, hasn't she?
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
Because she's... I don't know. She's not really quite human, is she?
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
She's got a little red round her chops.
How is she still smiling
Yeah.
after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
I think she's now going to probably kill us.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Really? Or are you going to kill me? Come on then, I
No.
guess.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No. I can't just let her escape into the world.
What are you going to do?
As
No,
the princess
no,
approaches the
no,
bottom
no.
stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Why?
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
He's now manipulating
Watch
me.
me.
No, don't you frickin' dare.
What are you doing?
I'm not trying to do anything to you. I know, I've got no... Warn her.
Stop that.
No.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I'm trying not to.
Your body lunges
No.
forward, the blade held low, ready to sink
Stop
into
it,
her heart.
Mr. Narrator.
But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Why are you doing this to me? Resist.
The blade! Move the blade!
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
Get out the way.
We both know this isn't you.
Yeah, because you've known me for all of 5 seconds and you already know this isn't me.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Oh, she's sympathetically killing me.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Thanks.
Whatever. she sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Which is quite surprising because in the first time she was very good with her knives.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
She sounds actually genuinely sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
No, we've probably got another 3 chapters to go.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Well, I presume we're going to have another 3 chapters. We'll find out, I guess. There we go. The Damsel. They've all got different chapter titles, I've realised.
You're
I've not really
on a
paid much
path
attention, though.
in the woods. And at the end of that path,
Yes,
you're here
yes, I know. I'm going to go for this one because he did trick us.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
Don't lie to
If
me,
he doesn't
Miss
remember what
Narrator.
happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
I like the fact we have the different voices, like, last time we had this voice towards the end, but I like the fact we've now got it at the beginning.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the 4 of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Okay. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen already. Why should I listen to you? I'm just going to proceed to the cabin.
A warning.
Yeah,
If
we've
she will
listened to
lie.
that.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Okay.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Yep. Come on then. Let's go and save our beloved. Beloved, I should say.
The interior of the
Ooh.
cabin is
Ooh.
clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries,
Ooh.
a prison befitting a royal prisoner.
Yes.
The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No, I want to look at the mirror. Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door.
Just want to see if
It's
our
a
reflection will be in it.
There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
I mean, I imagine it's going to disappear again, but I'm just interested.
Reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I'm not going to take it. I'm not taking it. We're going down this route of
The door to the
princess.
basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell.
I love the change of music.
Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour.
I mean, compared to what we've seen, I think this is quite
A
nice.
soft voice carries up the stairs.
How does she sound this time?
Hello? Is someone there?
She sounds slightly different, but
Her
not by
voice.
much.
It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
Yet.
Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Or are they? Are you manipulating us because you tricked
You
us
walk
last
down
time?
the stairs and lock
Her
eyes with the
dress.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you,
I was
right?
wondering that.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
She remembers?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Really?
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
I think the narrator's the bag. I don't
Waiting
know
for
how
you
to
to
know.
come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Told you.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Yes,
Well, she killed us.
technically speaking.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Imagine it's just sort of parallel universe.
Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she
This is really cheesy and cringy.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Yes, we're
We never
rescuing
saw
her.
a world end. And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
No, you killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I have to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. I'm gonna go for this one.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
So it's always best to try and do your best.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect.
Exactly.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She
Interesting.
doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm gonna go for the rescue now.
Rescue her? What are you talking about? Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity?
Or is it you?
And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
I wonder if there is a key.
Don't you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her out with ease. No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Maybe if you lubricated her hand enough, maybe.
Her hand could just slip out of the chains. Why hasn't she done it already?
Good point.
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom. I'm not sure I follow. Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do? I think I'd rather believe in facts. Ah, so you're one of those empiricists. One of us has to be. Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator, we courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
I wonder if this will work.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Yeah, well, the weapon magically appeared last time. I think it's because of you, Mr. Narrator.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
So whatever the narrator says
That
is
shouldn't have worked.
fact, I guess.
I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
She kind of reminds me of Peach from Mario.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon. One
No.
slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and
Don't
everyone
care.
out there would be saved.
We're wooing her this
Luckily
time.
for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
This is so cringy.
What do we do now?
I don't know. What do we do now? What do you want to do? We leave and then we have our whole lives to figure out what we want to do next. Let's go for the top one.
Let
actually.
me
What
guess.
does she want to do?
End the world?
I don't think she's going to say that.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
That's why I thought I'd ask her that. Because that way she
Doesn't
can
know what
decide.
she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. It's the only thing you've ever doubted, the actual truth.
I really don't trust the narrator.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
You think?
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Is she going to turn bad or is she going to say something really nice?
And then she shrugs.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh, you're asking me now. I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. I'm gonna go with there must be something you
I
want.
just want to make you happy.
Oh, isn't she lovely?
She can't just want to make us happy.
Why has the music sort of shifted?
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I want you to tell me what you want, but what would make you happy? You have to want something more than just making me happy, but you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me. I want you to make me unhappy. Let's say I just want to leave and we can figure out the rest later.
That sounds perfect.
The music shifted again.
The princess takes your hand, the
Doe-eyed
last
and
hopes of the
everything.
entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
No, she's too nice.
We have each other.
Exactly.
We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Exactly.
I like to think that you do. Actually, look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
But look how happy she is.
You
And off
the
we go.
princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand.
She's not going to push me back down and look me in,
The
is
way
she?
she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
Oh no, she's going to push me down.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your
Of
face
course.
and the lock clicks.
Let me guess, that knife's going to come through the bars in a minute.
That's a familiar move.
Yeah, narrator's
Did I
been
do
an
that
arse
last
again.
time?
You
Then
did.
should know that you won't be able to leave.
We'll just have to spend our entire lives down in this lovely basement.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Exactly.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
But I want
I'm just
to.
along for the ride at this point.
Do you think you can open it? I think we can open it together. I think I've got this. Open the door by yourself.
Okay, yeah, you've got this.
Of course I do.
You place your hand
Just
on the
put
door.
your hand through the gap, surely, and then slide it from the other side.
And the lock
Yeah.
clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Off we go, my love.
Ha! I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts, bound together as one.
I can't get over how this smitten character.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and...
Oh, that
Wait,
freaking
that's
knife
right,
there.
there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade
No.
from the table and slay her before it's too late.
Let me leave with my beloved. You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
I am.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
I hate you too.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Isn't it what you wanted as well, though?
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step
Your
out.
love will set you free.
A happy ending at last.
There we go.
We did it. What should we do now?
Why is it taking like a dark kind of turn again?
Where did everything go?
What is happening?
Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone?
Oh,
I
good.
hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold.
She looks
Being happy
different.
supposed to be so cold?
Why is she cold?
Quick, our feathers. Plot them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Feathers. What's going on now? And she's disappeared, embraced by the arms of whatever that frickin' was. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I wonder if we start to change as we progress through the game. Of course you're scared, this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. I'm going to go approach the mirror, because I just want to see if we look different, out of interest. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into our reflect. Oh, we've still got our manky arm. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. You've grown. Have I? How have I looked the same size? Or does it mean mentally? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Oh, there she is. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
I imagine at one point at the end of the game, you'd have the choice of, I guess, slaying her or saving her finally. And Obrubus will probably save at that point to kind of, but we're not there, we're nowhere near there yet, I don't feel.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Thank you, my love. Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed? What does it feel like to change like this? When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you right. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closed around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before? You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? What do you want me to bring you next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. What do you feel about me? This vessel I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? I'm going to go for that one out of interest.
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow
Maybe
and
another
murky,
2 or
and I
3?
yearn for more perspective.
I'm going to say 2 or 3.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Oh, don't be sorry. I'm going to go for the top one.
Is a child the same as an infant?
No.
I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
I'm going to go for this one.
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be. and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Aw, thanks. I'm gonna go for this one.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
It's interesting. I'm gonna go for this one.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Okay, fair point.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
I'm gonna go for this one because I feel at some point we are going to have to, like, actually slay her
The
in the
vessels
memory
are shaped by memories
things,
of
if
you,
that makes sense.
but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
I'm gonna go with the I'm ready to go back. Also, imagine these are gonna be achievements or endings or however you want to say it, but let's go back for now.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
I'm sure we will. Oh, that shattering gets me every time. Everything goes dark and you die. Okay guys, I am going to be leaving Slay the Princess there for today, but wow, it really took an unexpected turn. I really didn't think each of the endings would be in the same game as such. As in, we can potentially obtain all of the endings in the same playthrough. So far, I'm really enjoying the game and I cannot wait to see how the rest of the story will unravel. I do plan to release the next episode as soon as possible, so make sure to keep your eye open for it. So that is it for today guys, but if you enjoyed the video then do let me know by clicking that like button, and if you'd like to see more then don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.